Hello, so we're here for another talk. You're probably thinking, what is he doing a video this week about? Because there hasn't been no racing. Well, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to talk about the gear that we use, the clothing and the helmets and stuff. Prices and stuff I'll put on the bottom of the screen somewhere here or there, somewhere around here. So we'll have a look. So let's have a look and see what we use then. So first up, one of the things we use for safety mainly is this. It's a Raceciever. You can see it. Ooh. So we have that to channel 801 when we race, and whoever's on the other end, normally Ian for us, will tell us when to go, what order to line up in, if there's yellow flags, if there's red flags to stop, anything like that. Really good, really good. We didn't, when I started, we didn't have these. And since we've had them, it's been a lot better to know when to stop, what order you're racing in and all that. So brilliant bit of kit, but you have to have them anyway. There are different makes. I'm not sure what the other one is, but I use this one. It's very good. And for headphones, I use Skull Candy headphones, and I've got these molds on them. So them molds I got off Amazon. They're mold your own earplugs. Basically, you get some 2 colour gels, you mix them together. I put the ear in and then I push the silicone-y stuff around it. It takes about 5 minutes to set. And then it's a nice shape of your ear. And when you put your balaclava on, it slides nicely on and off. Also makes it so it's you can't hear outside noise hardly at all. I find Skull Candy are good. They're quite good for volume. I tried using the ones that come with an Apple iPhone, and they're not very good at all. I won't use them, not loud enough. So they're good, definitely. So another thing you have to have is this band that goes on your arm, up here, or that one, or one of your arms. I think I usually wear it on this one. So basically that has a medical form in it, what you fill out with all your medical details. So if you have a crash and you're unconscious or whatever, they can look at there and look at all your details to see if you're allergic to anything or all the stuff they need to know about you, basically. So that you have to have as well, and that goes on your arm there. And that's that. I suppose we could talk race suits. I'll talk the race suits, what I've got. I've got a couple here. I did have a Sparco one I haven't got here. I'll have to have a look at that down the shed. So let's have a look what we got. Yeah, so I've got this one. It's a Wulfsport set of overalls in medium. I probably should have gotten bigger, a bit tight. Don't know if they shrunk when I washed them, so maybe worth getting a size bigger if you're getting them. But I got them because I like the colour. Nice. I like bright colours. So Wulfsport. You might know Nick, who his son races in the Stocks Karts. He sells all the Gamble Motorsport stuff where you can get all this. So he's your best person to go to for any of this race stuff. So these are alright. I haven't been wearing them lately because I've got sort of branded Alpinestars and Sparco ones, which I find a little bit comfortable, but obviously it's all preference. These are just like a single layer, but obviously there's a big price difference from these to Alpine or Sparco, so it's just what you want to spend really, but they do the job good. Shall I put them on? Shall we have a look? See if I can do something. There you go. I got them on, so I don't know if that worked, but we'll soon see. Yeah, there you go. What do you think? Not bad. A little bit tight down here, but that may have been because it's Easter. I bet a lot of chocolate eggs. But yeah, so they're perfectly fine, nice and comfy. So they're good, they're decent. What's the next pair I got? So here is Alpinestars ones I've bought. These are GP race suit. A lot more expensive than the Wulfsport. I think these are 2 layer, so they're a bit thicker. Quite comfy. The only thing I find with when I wear these is the neck, the back of the neck sort of pulls down. It feels like it pulls on the back of your neck a bit, but other than that, nice and comfy. And I bought these a bit bigger because I put on a bit of weight the other year, so I bought these. Not very good for shower probably because they're not the right colour. Let's see if I can do a trying on thing with these ones as well, shall we? There you go, that's these ones. So yeah, to be honest, already they feel a bit comfortable, but that's because they're bigger. But yeah, I like this. See, the neck feels like it pulls on your neck a bit when you stand up. Pulls a bit, but other than that, nice and comfy, and they look nice. I've always liked Alpinestars for some reason, but I think they just look smart. So that's them ones. Ones that I had before these, let's get them now, is these ones. So these are my favourite. This is my favourite race suit. It's the most expensive by far. I didn't pay full price for it, but I think they're supposed to be something like 800 odd pounds. Got them for nearly half that. But I think these are GP Race Pro ones. Quite old now, but they've lasted really well. Just got a bit of, they got like an elastic bit around here. I started to fray a little bit, but still all good, nice and stretchy. These ones are a bit more fitted to me. I bought these when I was a bit slimmer, but I've lost a lot of weight recently, so they're fitting again now. But these are my favourite. These are 3 layer, so they're quite warm. Not so good when it's hot, but I wear cooling stuff underneath, like Under Armour cooling. These are definitely my favourite, the most comfiest race suit I've ever had, and I like wearing it. So let's see if I can do my business with this one. So there you go, that's this race suit. So it's definitely my favourite. A lot comfy, doesn't dig in my neck. It's lovely fitted, nice and comfy. My favourite, but you'll pay a premium for this for 3 layer, a lot of money. But I've had these long time. Don't know, 5 years, 10. It says 2010 on them, so long time. Obviously didn't buy them in 2010. That's why I got them cheap. There's old stock, I think. But they was brand new. So that's about it for race suits. I have got a Sparco pair. Maybe I'll go and ask Carl about his ones. See what he thinks of his overalls. So let's have a look now at elbow pads. Yes, let's look at elbow pads. So I was using these Alpinestars ones again the other year because I like Alpinestars. These ones are a bit longer than normal ones, and they're shaped to go on your elbow. They're like a hard plastic there, hard plastic. So these go over your elbow. So it goes right up to here, down the side your armpits. So good for the side, but not that good, to be honest. I still end up with bruised elbows with this one, whacking out the side. I think it's a bit too hard. So I bought new ones now. So to be honest, don't buy them. Not recommended at all. They look good and they're bigger, but no. And to be honest, when I was racing, sometimes these would slip down, which is a common problem I have with elbow pads. Slipping down. I've got some Sparco rubber ones there at the shed, so I have to show you in a minute. But I have got the new pair I've bought. Let's have a look at those. So the new pair I've bought are these OMP, can you say it? OMP, I don't know how you say it. So I opted for, these are like a sponge. For the other ones I obviously had my Alpine style, which was a hard plastic. I've got some Sparco ones before that, what were like a thick rubber, which we'll have a look at in a bit. So this year I thought I'd try a pair of these spongy ones. Probably seen them on the internet. Sparco do the same ones. So this is what I'm wearing this year at the moment anyway, unless they start bruising. They're nice and comfortable, you don't really feel them there, so they don't cover up so much of your elbow, but they cover it the bit that's needed. And I've only obviously done 2 meters this year on shale, but so far so good. I weren't sure they'd be that good because they don't feel that thick and it's quite soft, but I ain't had no bruising. And so far with these ones, they've stayed in place. They haven't slid down. So OMP, yeah, decent. Got one for both arms, obviously. But yeah, so far so good with them. So maybe we'll see how it goes through the season, if they're still as good then, or if the padding wears out. But yeah, I was surprised. I didn't think they'd be as good as they was. But, yeah. So we'll have a look at the Sparco ones down the shed. So for now, I'll go on to gloves. Let's see if I can do some magic. Let's try it again. So there you go. Got some gloves on. So these are Wulfsport ones. Again, got these from Gamble. Not too bad. They're some of the cheaper gloves compared to like Alpinestars and Sparco, etc. I've had these quite a long while. I mainly used them for shale. Comfortable gloves. They've got like a suede bottom, which is good for grip, and as you can see, not worn away or nothing. Does get quite tight, but once you loosen them up, they're all right. The only thing I'm not keen on about these gloves is the bit that goes over your wrist. On most race gloves, it's longer, comes back here, so you can get, get that look if your sleeve's going down. The longer ones come back a bit further and go over your suit a bit. But for the price, they're really good. So that's Wulfsport ones, and they've lasted. I've had them a long time, and they haven't ripped, and they haven't really worn. So decent gloves for the price. So next up, let's have a look at some Alpinestars gloves. And there you go, got some Alpinestars gloves. So these are Tech 1 Race. So the first thing, get them open a bit, you'll see that the sleeves, the bits on your wrists are longer, they cover further down, which I prefer on gloves. These are the newer Tech 1 Race gloves, or newish. They have like a rubber pattern on here, which has lasted well, not worn away. What I did have, did rip a bit on here, it had to be sewn back up, probably because I needed large ones. I got large in these and I should have got extra large. But again, I like Alpinestars gloves, but these are not the best Alpinestars gloves I've got. These are I don't know what to say about them really. They're all right, but they're not as good as the old ones. Whether you can still get the old ones, I got some off eBay not long ago, just because I like them. But any Alpinestars are pretty good. Also these ones, and like the Wulfsport, you can't really see on here, there's a bit of extra padding that goes along your knuckles here. So it's not very thick, but it's a little bit, in case you're driving and you punch something, your hand comes off. And they look smart in green, don't they? Black and green and white. Best colours, to be honest. So that's them. Good gloves. Let's have a look at the next Alpinestars gloves, shall we? And there's them ones, my white ones. So these are the ones I'm talking about. These are my favourite gloves. They have every glove I've had and tried. They're just an older one. They're like rubber again, not as different pattern to the other ones. They've got longer sleeves. Also like what it says inside them, it's got a tag. Where is it? We'll see it somewhere in here. Or is it on the other one? There it is. It's got a checkered tag inside, and on the other side it says win. So they they're encouraging you. Every time you put the gloves on, they're encouraging you. So they're really comfy. These ones are large, so to be honest, could have done with extra large in these as well, but these ones haven't ripped. They're really comfortable. There's a bit of wear, mainly on my thumb, but not a lot of wear really, considering how much you use them. These also got the padding along here, but these ones, unlike the other Alpinestars ones, they've got a bit of padding in that section there. Is padded as well, which is on that funny, you know, bone you have on your wrist. So it stops you whacking out, or don't stop you, but it helps it, protects it. So if I was going to buy any glove and recommend any glove, these are definitely the best ones I've ever had. That good that I also bought them in red when I found them. I could only find them, there's only in red, but it happens that I've got a red roof now, so they match my roof. But these are the same, they say win. These ones I got in extra large, so they fit even better than these ones. But without a doubt, best gloves. Right, another set of gloves I've got to hand. Some Sparco ones, let's have a look at those. There we go, that's the Sparco ones now. So I've had these a long time as well. I bought these when I had my Alpinestars ones. I bought these for shale, so I didn't use my other ones on shale and muck them up so much. So these have had a lot of use. They're really comfortable. I think these ones are in large, and that's the right size. So in Alpinestars I'm extra large, but in Sparco large is perfect for me. So without these ones anyway. But these gloves have been really comfortable. Compared to Alpinestars, they've got no padding at all around them, which is not as good. And the grip on these is like suede again, but as you can see, it's not lasted too well. It's like they come off and perished. So the grips on these are not so good as the rubber on the other gloves. This is the same sort of grip that the Wulfsport had, but obviously the Wulfsport lasted, whether it's because it was a whole glove or better stitching or something, I don't know. But yeah, but they're still good gloves, and they still grip all right. They're just worn a bit. So that's Glovesphere. Gives you a bit of insight into the ones I've used and which ones might be the best, or what I think's the best. Not necessarily the best overall, but there you go. So that is gloves. So I'm going to take them off properly this time. So what can I have a look at next? Balaclavas. What you have to wear under your helmet. Flame retardant balaclava. Yeah, these are all flame retardant. You can't use car ones, by the way. It's all got to be flame retardant. So pop them on the floor with the rest of the stuff. It's balaclavas. So here's one I got off Wulfsport. Again, I mainly use this one for shale. It's Nomex, flame retardant, and it's going to mess up my hair. Ooh, look at that. Look like a robber now. Ready to go and rob. That's that one, just comes just under your chin. And keep your nose underneath. So that. I don't know really what I could say about balaclava. Balaclava's balaclava. They're all about the same, and they're really more comfortable than others. The only difference is this one's got a whole big hole. I've got another, obviously Alpinestars, because it's my favourite brand, Alpinestars. So I've got one of them which is pretty much the same. Get it on. Ooh, I think this one, look, it's got a little breather hole. Can't get my tongue for it though. So it's got a little breather hole, and the neck bit comes down a lot further, so you can tuck it under your race suit, so it goes down over your chest. So I suppose that's probably a bit better, to be honest, and the back's a bit longer, so it can go in the back and tuck in your back of your suit, so you're well sealed. Stop the fire coming through. And you got the cool logo on your nose. So that's that one, a big hole again. So these ones I use for tarmac. I don't know if I'm muffling under this, because there's a big hole. And for shale, I've got another one. Don't know if you can guess the brand. If you guessed Alpinestars, you guessed right. So I bought this one for shale now, and then my Wulfsport one's a spare. As you can see from this one, it's got a really long front and back on this one. And the difference with this one compared to the one I use on tarmac is my eyes. So it's got a long front again, and the same on the back, a long back, so you can tuck it right underneath. Yeah, difference with this one is my eyes, so you can just see my eyes. So the main reason I got this is for shale. It stops so much shale getting down. You have goggles anyway, but it just helps, I think. It stops so much getting in your nose and everywhere. And yeah, got this off eBay. It was quite cheap. I always have a look on there and get some good bargains on there. That's balaclavas. Not much else you can say about them. Should we have a look at helmets? What helmets have I got? So, one of the brands I use all the time, Wulfsport. Probably the best motocross style helmet you can use for racing. I'll take this off so you can hear me better probably. Look at the state of that. Yeah, Wulfsport, probably the best helmets for over racing that are motocross. This one's even better. I have got a different helmet. This one came with the pre-drilled holes for your hands devices or neck restraints, whatever you want to call them. I don't really like the colour. That's why I got it off my nephew after he packed up. I'm going to use it a couple of times. Nice looking helmet. Fits nice. Let's have a look. There we go. So these are for my hands device, which I'll show you in a bit. These are the quick release ones. Obviously it's got the old the looped fixings. You go through both, under that one, and through that one, and it pulls it tight. We're locked in. Obviously this one I've got some matching goggles. If you're racing shale, you definitely want the rip and roll, roll offs, tears offs, whatever you want to call them. And these are matching goggles for the helmet. Let's see if I can get them on. A bit awkward. Oh, straight in my body. There we go. Look at that. So obviously that you pull it and it pulls you bit across and clears your visor. It's also got like, I don't know if you can see, there's little dimples on there which holds it a little bit off the goggles, because I think that's mainly for if water gets in between it smears. But what you need to have on goggles is this strip along the top, so that stops water getting through the top, because your strip goes underneath it. You definitely want them. They do different brands of these with bigger XXL ones. Rip and Roll do them. But these are good. So that's that helmet. Do it now. Take it off. Right. Next helmet, which is one of my favourite brands and probably one of the best brands for racing. Let's have a look. This is Simpson Bandit. So very well known brand. Obviously Stig on Top Gear used to use these style helmets. I think he originally used this one, and now it used to got the diamond back. And I've had this one sprayed red to match the gloves and my roof. So I've had this helmet a while now. I probably need to get a new one soon. I quite like the look of carbon fibre, but very expensive. Very expensive. But favourite helmet. The only problem with these helmets, or the Bandit one anyway, is you've not got much of a a view. I think that's why you're not supposed to wear them for motorbikes, because your vision is not very good. You can get new ones, Ghost, Bandit, Venom. I think they're designed for motorbikes, so they've got a bigger field of view. But the main thing with Simpson helmets is they look smart. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. So if you want to look cool while racing, get one of these. And obviously this helmet had the holes in for your hands already as well. So while I'm talking about hands, I used to wear a Sparco like rubber neck brace. We'll have a look at them in a bit because they're down the shed. But the one I bought, quite expensive, a lot of money. But I bought a Simpson Hybrid Sport. So basically goes on your back. These just go on just to hold it on you. They don't actually do anything once you're strapped in. They just hold it on your body. But it goes on top of your shoulders, and then when you're strapped in, your belts go through here and through there, and then you do them up as normal, so that holds it really tight on your shoulder. And when they're on the shoulder, these bits go in. I don't know if I've got enough hands of this. So there's your helmet, that pulls down, goes in there. So you can see that's held tight, and obviously the same does the other side. And then pull it out to release it. So they sit on your shoulders. Let's put them on. Let's do a catwalk. Oh yeah, got it twisted. So this is mainly just to hold it on. It sits on the back of your shoulders. So when you've got your belts over it, now on your helmet. So obviously when you crash or whatever, or hit someone, your head goes forward, your chin hits your chest or whatever. These, they go so far and then your head would stop. So you can't go so far. And to be honest, before I had one of these, when I was raced a lot, mainly at Stoke, used to have a lot of crashes. I used to have a stiff neck all the time. A lot of the time I just put it down to just racing. It's one of them things. And neck problems, got headaches or whatever. Since I've had that, nothing. Been completely fine. So they definitely do what they're supposed to do, and they definitely work. So very highly recommended. I've not tried any other one. I've had Simpson. Bought Simpson because I thought Simpson's probably the best brand. I've just also bought some Simpson belts. If you use a HANS device, then you're allowed to use the 2-inch by 3-inch belts. So your safety harness, the bits that come over your shoulders, you can get them in 2-inch. They're thinner and they sit in the groove. They sit in that groove a lot better, because that's like 2 inches. And then they changed to 3-inch just down here. So I bought some Simpson belts then. So if you have one of the hybrids or HANS devices, you're allowed them belts, 2-inch to 3-inch. If you haven't got HANS device, you're not allowed those belts. You've got to have 3-inch belts. So I bought them, they hold it really tight, really good. Simpson belts, really good. So what else? I've nearly talked about everything. If you're still watching, you're still here. One more thing, footwear. So when I started, I used to just wear dealer boots, what I had from work mainly. And they were a bit clumpy, a bit big. So I switched to the pixie boots, what some people call them, which is the race boots. I had some Alpinestars one, of course, and green and black to match my gloves. I had them for a little while. They didn't last that long, to be honest. They're not waterproof, so they get wet at wet meetings. And I haven't got them anymore. I chucked them. So I didn't really like them. I wouldn't really buy them ones. What I would buy, hang on a minute. Honey's back. What I would buy, again, my favourite brand, of course, Alpinestars. These boots are bloody brilliant. These are called Go Faster boots. I think they're mainly designed for motorbikes, for riding motorbikes. You can get two different ones. You can get ones that are full waterproof and ones that are, don't say they're waterproof. They look the same, so I don't know. But obviously I bought full waterproof ones. They are definitely waterproof. I wore them in rain, wet. They're really comfortable, don't get wet feet, nice and thin to get on your pedals. You can feel the pedal if you're into that sort of thing, feeling the pedal. What I also like about these is on here, look, there's a thick bit of rubber there, plasticky rubber thing, obviously on the side of your foot where you can hit it on the side. And then also on the ankles is another bit. Thick bit that side, and there is it's not rubber bit there, but there is a thick bit in there to protect your ankle there. So it protects your ankle, and it's low at the back. So because we sit sort of with your legs flat, you can do your throttle and it don't dig in the back of your foot either. So, oh look, it's got a reflective bit there, so people in the dark can see from behind if you're walking in the pits. So safety. There you go, it's got the little waterproof bit there. I don't know if you can get these ones anymore. I know you do a Go Faster 2. They're probably up to Go Faster 3. I don't know. But I've had these, I bought these at the Wulfsport show in 2015. So since I've worn these, I've been doing a lot better. So is it down to the boots? I doubt it. But 2015. And I've still wear them, really good, not that much wear, got a bit of come off the back, stitching is coming off them a bit. I think it's worse than the other one. Yeah, the other one sort of coming away. But still waterproof, don't leak still. Still on enough. Don't really need to buy any more. They still do the job really well. So I really highly recommend this boot. Alpinestars Go Faster, best racing boot I've had. Apparently, we'll have a look because Carl's got some. The Simpson race boot is very similar, I think, so we'll have a look at that with Carl when we go down the shed. But for now, what I've got with me, that's it. So we'll go down the shed and have a look at some other bits and what Carl's got.